All right, let's talk about something most of us probably never even think about. In every single workplace, whether it's an office or a factory floor, there's this kind of invisible team whose whole job is to keep you safe. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and put a spotlight right on them, diving into the world of formal workplace safety.
So let me just start by asking you a question. When you're at your job, who's actually responsible for your safety? Is it your boss, the CEO? Is it you? It's a simple question, but the answer is pretty important.
Well, the truth is, it's a shared responsibility. Everyone has a part to play. But for that to really work, for it to have any teeth, most places have a formal, dedicated team that actually leads the charge. They're the ones making sure safety isn't just some poster on the wall.
And that team, that's what we call the SHE Committee. This is the official solution, the structure that companies put in place to tackle the huge, complex challenge of keeping a workplace safe and healthy for everyone.
Okay, first things first, what does SHE even stand for? It's safety, health, and environment. And this is way broader than you might think. Safety is the obvious one, preventing slips, falls, that kind of thing. But health gets into stuff like stress and mental well-being. And environment looks at the company's bigger impact. So it's a really holistic 360-degree view of what it means to be well at work.
So the committee itself is this formal group. And what's cool is that it's usually a mix. You've got employees from all different levels, and you've got people from management. The whole idea is collaboration. They work together, kind of like safety watchdogs, to spot hazards, stop incidents before they happen, and probably most importantly, build a real culture of safety.
I love this way of looking at it. Think of the committee as the nervous system for the company's safety. It's perfect, right? It senses potential danger anywhere in the organization. It sends those warning signals up to leadership and out to all the employees, and then it helps coordinate the right response. It's absolutely central to making the whole thing work.
Okay, so we know what the committee is. Now let's dig into what it actually tries to do. What's its mission? What are the big picture goals? So these are kind of their North Stars, what guides all their decisions. The big one is that first one, being proactive, not reactive. They want to build a culture where people are thinking about safety all the time, not just reacting after an accident. Of course, they also make sure the company is following all the rules and regulations. But they do more than that. They act as expert advisors to the higher-ups, they work to get every single employee involved in the process, and they push this idea that safety is never done. It's a journey of always getting better.
Now, before we go any further, this is a really important distinction to make. The objectives we just talked about, that's the why, the big strategic goals. Now we're going to look at the functions, which is the how, the specific day-to-day things the committee actually does to make those big goals happen.
Which brings us right to their playbook. How does this committee actually work? What are the practical moves they make to achieve their mission?
Well, it often works in a cycle, kind of like this. First, they're out there inspecting the workplace, trying to identify any potential hazards. If something does happen, they jump in to investigate, figure out the root cause, and write up a report. Then, based on what they found, they recommend solutions and advise management. And here's the crucial last step. They follow up. They make sure the changes actually got made and that they're working. It's a full circle, a closed-loop system that's all about getting things done.
Okay, so this all sounds great for the company, right? But let's bring it back home. Why does this actually matter to you? What's the real, tangible impact of a good SHE committee on an employee?
And this chart just lays it out so clearly. When you have an effective SHE committee, workplace incidents go down. I mean, that's the most obvious win. But look at the other two bars. Safety awareness across the whole company goes up, and maybe, just as important, employee trust in the organization goes up too. And that trust isn't just a nice to have. When people feel safe and cared for, they do better work. It's a fact. So safety isn't just a cost, it's a driver of performance.
So if you take one thing away from this, let it be this. A great SHE committee does so much more than just enforce rules. It literally transforms safety from some dusty old rulebook sitting on a shelf into a shared, living culture. It's something everyone believes in and participates in, not just a mandate from on high.
And so I'll leave you with this final thought to chew on. Think about your own workplace, your own team. What does the safety culture really look like? Is it a living, breathing value? Or is it just a set of rules nobody really thinks about? It's a powerful question. Thanks so much for tuning in.